What is up, everyone? Welcome back to our lawn and welcome to what is finally sort of spring, or at least here in Wisconsin what we refer to as spring, which is it's like 44. And what I thought I'd do in this video is talk to you about what I do when spring first comes, when all the snow goes away, but we're not quite doing anything for the lawn yet because it's too cold. And I tend to pretty consistently do a little walk around. So I'm gonna bring you along to what I'm seeing, and based on those things, what, if anything, I'm gonna plan to do. Starting here behind me in the fairway section, and I got a little bit of what I think is snow mold. So that we're not going to be concerned with. You see these little dead spots poking out all over your yard. Not something to panic about, not something to be afraid of. Once the grass starts growing pretty vigorously, that should grow out. And if it's not that, which I'm not certain that that's what it is, but if it's not that, we'll figure out how to address that later. Probably just be with a pro plugger, or we'll seed through there again. But bent grass spreads, and we're going to let bent grass spread. This through here is the area that we seeded last year, and I'm very happy with how that's looking right now. I think we got a little bit of green up even. If you look across some of these areas, we got a little bit of green up that's happening. And those little bare spots, I am 100% confident we'll fill in this year. And we'll probably pro plug the bigger sections around the bottom of both of those trees. But in generally, really no serious concerns with the fairway. And plans for this year start with seeding the last little bit of the fairway down to where I have the stones to finish out the backyard here. But that is going to have to wait until I'm recovered from my knee surgery. And then the green is doing fantastic this spring, especially compared to years past. Last year when I was drilling holes and putting sand in there, it was just dirt. There really wasn't any grass to speak of at all. But we did that, we did the renovation, we seeded, and now it's looking great. There's grass throughout, it's starting to green up. I think this year it is going to be in fantastic shape, and I'm hopeful that it continues to roll well, continues to improve. We can get it maybe down just a little bit shorter for a little bit more pace. And in addition to that, the plan is we're going to start cutting it out a little bit further this way. So we're going to extend the green out towards me and about double it in size. We'll get to about 1,000 square feet, make it a little bit more playable. We'll have all the space for the fairway extension to be able to still hit similar distance shots from, but we'll have a bigger green with more variety in pin locations, more variety in putts that you can have, length of putts that you can have. So that should really start to kick along and really become a good time for myself and everybody that comes over here and plays on it as well. But the green, no issues, no concerns. So excited. Transitioning into the shortcut bluegrass here on the side of my house. Very happy with everything in general. I just have the normal kill spot that my dog uses, this very specific spot over the winter when she goes to the bathroom. So that spot seems to die every year, really regardless of what I'm going to be able to do. And so we'll fix that, and I'll show you what this year's spot looks right now and what last year's spot looks like right now as well, to see why we don't need to panic. Pro plugger, let Kentucky bluegrass spread, you're going to be fine. So here in White Trash Graveyard, I have the leftover wood chips that go on the swing set. I have my clippings pile and leaf pile, that's where I put all that stuff. This fence, my sand pile there, what's left of it. And then it's just this big area. It's about 2,500 to 3,000 square feet back here. I don't think it'll be this year, but long term, we're going to get all of this rock out of here, bring in enough dirt to fill it to level, and so it's not sitting all the way down. And we're going to bring this and make this a little sport field. And then long term, where this tree is, we're going to build party/golf sim shed. That's not going to be soon. That's going to require a fair amount of savings and a fair amount of other projects be completed beforehand. But 20 by 30 little party shed with a bar in it. Will have a door that looks over the sport field and a golf sim in the back of it. Pretty exciting. Side yard, we are going to continue to largely ignore, beyond it being my shortcut experimental grounds. There's still some sections below me here that we'll need to fill in, and then we also have a little bit of snow mold problems that came in through here. But again, once everything warms up, once everything starts to come back, starts growing, that'll all grow through. We'll have no concerns, and this area will just continue to be the cool season salad mowed short, and see how well we can do. And then there's the front yard, which is Kentucky bluegrass renovation. My baby, this matured last year, so this was all pretty thin. I had weed issues in it. Now it's all back looking good. Right down the center of frame would have been where the gap was between the last phase and phase 4. You can see that all filled in on its own. Did not seed anything, did not do anything like that. This area was pretty thin through here, and it obviously gets beat up over the winter because it's where all the snow is plowed onto. However, that has all largely filled in, and once we start growing and mowing, this will all be gone and looking great as well. So what am I changing this year from last year? Based on the walk around, we're not really changing anything. We're not worrying about anything, and that's something I always want to communicate to all of you as well, is we don't need to panic. We don't need to worry. we're going to be fine. All this is going to do great, look great. We're going to take care of it, and it will be wonderful. One thing I'm bringing back this year that I left out previous years is I am going to do a pre-emergent this year pretty darn early with prodiamine, lower rate, and then come back through later in the season once I'm recovered from my knee surgery, and then that'll be a dithiopyrid then. So we'll kind of split the apps between the two active ingredients, and we should help protect ourselves a little bit against some of the weed problems that we had last year. And with that, there we go. That's it for my little spring walk around, seeing what sort of problems I have, what sort of things I'm going to deal with, talking about a little bit of the plan that I have. Let me know what you're working on this year. Let me know what questions you might have, what issues you're fighting against, and I will do my best as always to answer those in the comments. And if I get enough of things like that, I will absolutely get together some content in a video to try to help all of you that have similar issues. So like the video if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel if you want to follow along to all the stuff that we do here in our lawn. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.